This is the Sim Pit. I'm your host, Shaun Cole, but the real star today's show being the Pit Stop is you, the pit crew, because you were here to hang out and talk about sim racing. How you doing? Happy Monday to everybody. I hope you all had a good weekend. And, I see a little correction needed up there. Thank you for that. We can make a quick correction on... Oh, wrong keyboard for that. Sorry, everybody. I hope you all had a good weekend. I actually had a slower than normal weekend. One of our series is wrapped up. And so, yeah, we're just kind of getting to the end of seasons. You had week 13 going on in iRacing world. We have a crossover where the esports are kind of tapering off and real life motorsport is coming into play. Yeah, exactly. You couldn't have noticed that 30 minutes ago, huh, Finny? Anyway, I hope you had a good weekend. I did. So with having a little extra time, I was able to focus a lot of my energy on my 3D printed wheel project. That was the highlight of my weekend. I'll show you some of that at the end of the show. We'll get to the news and talk about sim racing, and then I'll finish up with personal stuff. But yeah, my weekend, I did some racing. We did a fun race in our GT series, or our road series, in the GT4 cars. So I drove the Porsche Cayman because everyone told me I had to, and the other guys were in the BMW. We had a few guys in the Porsche. Almost everybody was in the new BMW. And we had a really, really, really fun race, and it was the first time I was able to test out my wheel to find out if this thing could handle the rigors of sim racing. And sure enough, it can, or it has so far. This wheel is made of plastic. It was printed and made by me. So anyway, it has been a months long project. This wheel is the whole reason the Sim Pit even owns a 3D printer. So, anyway, it is a big deal that this is actually up and running. Anyway, no, I do not have the hiccups. I do, you know what? If I did, I could get rid of hiccups like that. I have the ends all, says all cure to hiccups. No fail, and if you do it right, it will cure hiccups the first time, every time. Anyone want to know? How many of you get hiccups? Do you guys want to know? I'm telling you, I have known this trick since I was 5 years old, and it never fails. And anyone and everyone I've ever taught it to, it like that, instantly. The first time hiccups, gone. I don't care how bad a case of hiccups you have, gone. All right, you guys want to know? Thank you, Izzy, for derailing the show, by the way. So, what you do... Now, I can't do it with this because this is too heavy, this cup of coffee. It's too big, made of the wrong thing. You need a plastic cup, something smaller. You put a little bit of cup of water. You just need a gulp or two of water in a cup that you can hold in your teeth. You stick both fingers in your ears. And when I say stick them in your ears, I mean like you should hear that sound and get that feeling of when you closed off all of the air to your head, right? Boom, like you're underwater, all right? All right? And then you hold that cup of water in your teeth and you gulp, 2 gulps, 1 gulp of water with your ears plugged. And I guarantee you that your hiccups will be gone. Never fails. So, yep, little trick from Shaun's tips. You stop yours with your mind. I've never been able to achieve that. So all power to you, Dave Blair. Izzy, I've never tried with the earplugs. As long as you get that feeling of being underwater, that completely sealed off, it would work. Oh, no, Viral, it totally works. It's instant. You don't need, it's so... It doesn't even have to be a plastic cup. It just has to be small enough to hold in your teeth. You don't have a plastic cup, a paper cup, anything lightweight in your house? You don't have a sippy cup for a child? I don't know what I have in the lightweight cups. Luckily, I don't get the hiccups very often. All right. So, like I said, the big deal for me this weekend was finishing this wheel, getting it done. Now, I use the word finish very loosely. This project, we're running out of news, by the way. As I talked about, all these esport things are wrapping up, and the sim companies like have forgotten how to do their jobs to an extent. Anyway, this is stage one of getting this done. We're gonna come back to the wheel. I did the wheel this weekend. That was my big deal. We ran a GT3 race, GT4 race. That was really fun. We ran an Indy race to finish off the Oval Series. And I can't remember where I finished. I finished in 7th. It was a really, really fun race. It was an epic race. That was Friday night. Anyway, I almost forgot about that. All right, let's talk about the news. Otherwise, we will be here way too long. You know, on a day where there's very little to talk about. iRacing. So, iRacing week 13 was last week. There's always an update to the update. So, 22 hours ago, iRacing, we have begun deployment of our patch, and we'll be back shortly. iRacing will come down for deployment of the 2020 Season 3 Patch 1 release, Monday, June 8th at 9 a.m. That's right, we are the news. Dave Blair, I'm glad you say that. Thank you very much, because we have more. I have more. We have more. I'll come back to the wheel. What else? Assetto Corsa posting via race department about their AM drivers in the SRO competition, and doing sim racing proud once again in Barcelona. So you have the SRO, this is at race department, SRO eSport GT Series AM Amateur Championship Round 4 Barcelona review. 4 races complete, the grand final remains, and all is still very much to play after 240 minutes of incredible GT3 specification eSport racing. Silverstone, Spa, Nürburgring. The opening 3 races have had pretty much every variable you could wish for. Red flags, rain, multi-car stunts, overtaking, close racing, and new race winners at each and every round. They have a video, by the way. We'll play the video while I read. I thought most people have the opposite reaction, Joa. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. With such an exciting start to the series, the beautiful Circuit de Barcelona and Catalonia had plenty to compete against with 45 drivers and they delivered. So they had a really good race. Before we get to the racing action, don't forget that Barcelona marked the final race of the season on a known circuit. The final round will be held at a circuit of public choosing. So if you've enjoyed the SRO eSport series and you would like to have a say in what race, the public will be choosing, with Bathurst, Laguna Seca, Kyalami, and Suzuka up for the public vote. We suggest you check out this Chris Hay video before you make your decision. Anyway, there you go. You could have a vote in one of 4 tracks that they're considering for the final event. We need a who's on first. Hey, Vapor, how you doing? Anthony, that was so much fun. That was so much fun. There was so much interesting strategy, racing. There were so many things going on in one race. It was really cool. I liked that. I really enjoyed it. I'm almost regretting that we're not running the GT4s, but I'm glad we're running the GT3s for next season. Excuse me, a little weird congestion. Dave Blair. Big day today and tomorrow. This is at R Factor 2. Liku 80. Hi, chat. Long time lurker, first time commenter. Welcome to the show, Liku 80. Thank you for chiming in. Thank you for being part of the pit crew, being involved in our chat and discussion of sim racing, what's going on out there in our lives of sim racing, we should just say. So Formula E is doing their big events, their race at home challenges via R Factor. Big day today and tomorrow. This was posted on Saturday. Formula E. Thank you, Finny. Watch live round 7 of the ABB Formula E Race at Home Challenge in support of UNICEF. Donate to UNICEF. That's cool. They do that, by the way. And there is a... Here, we'll listen to a little of their commentary. Hey, Scott Hughes, how you doing? Exactly. Yee. Oh, sorry. I went away from them. Let's go back to hearings. Oh, shoot. They scrolled me. What happened? Oh, I see what happened. Yep, okay, that's where we were. This is what we were trying to listen to. Pole position for Warleen. Why does it show? Oh, it's the Julius Barr. Who's Julius Barr? Anyone? Who is Julius Barr? Pascal Warleen took the pole for their race. But I want to know who Julius Barr is. Anyone? Anyone? Almost time to hit the streets in the We Are the Race Legends Trophy. Solberg posting about that. This is a long one. Oh, that's the name of the sponsor? Okay, thank you. Just 1 hour to go until the race. Triple Crown. All right. Formula E, Lucas Mueller wins round 7 challenge grid.
Going to be a win in New York for Lucas Mueller and second on the grid for the grand final tomorrow. He does the Vettel finger. He takes the victory.
There you go. Another pole, another podium for Team Redline Sim Driver, Kevin Siggy. P2 in the last race. Mahindra, their Formula E team from pole position. Yeah, same thing, but that's their driver, Mahindra. And then this is my favorite thing about the race is just this image of so many pro drivers and their webcams while they drive. It's a private Swiss bank. I get it. That's a good sponsor to have. Mark, I think it'll be very comparable to Competizione. I think they've gone out of their way to make, and that's the thing about the cross-platform games, is they're usually pretty common, pretty similar. The nice thing about the PC, though, that no console can rival yet, is the ability to... more ability to mod, ability to use better and higher end controls, and things like that. By the way, I see your question, you Liku, and I'm gonna come back to that. If you have questions of me, I'll always hit in a few question marks before your question, so I can see it just from general chat. I love answering questions. Kicking yourself for not buying sim gear before COVID. Yeah, everything is marked up like crazy now. Question is, do I see prices going back to normal anytime soon? Liku, here's what my prediction on that is. I find that in general, and this isn't held to just sim racing, when you see massive price increases, mainly due to demand, that generally speaking, when the demand drops, the prices might come down slightly, but usually not very much. Like, they love going up, but they don't come down. So I think that we'll still see those prices holding, but, maybe expect to see some bigger than ever Black Friday deals this year because of that. I don't use shampoo, Marco. I don't even own shampoo. Dave Blair, yeah, he's questioning. I mean, I wonder what they'll do on the graphics, if they'll do something, because they can tune it down a little on the graphics, knowing that they're going to max out a certain frame rate, I think, too. Ability, yeah, solo, ability to run 3 screens. I did not. Are you, Izzy, is that in reference to the R Factor 2? Because I think that's what we're going to talk about at the end of this scroll here. Anthony, no, I did not get the screws. So the wheel is still missing 4 center screws and 2 bolts for the grips, which is amazing. It held up with all that. Oh, I do have it. Thank you, TFR. Unless that was a late entry. That's what I'm missing, is where's my Discord? Oh, there is another link. Oh, here we go. I got it. Thank you. Thank you. You both posted it there. All right. Andrew, thank you for the question marks, by the way. All you have to do is apply. So we run an oval and a road series, it seems, is what we're doing, at least. And then we run like a Mustang one with Devin and a few others. But the main two being the GT3 series and the oval series that'll be renewed. You just have to apply. Right now, since we're in, season 2, 3, 4, whatever, we're allowing previous drivers priority in. So I'll talk about our road series, for example, in a moment. We have no official announcements for our oval just yet. JS Avenger asks, and anybody else feel free to give him tips as well. And of course, if you have questions, type in some question marks. But what do you recommend? What are your tips for getting better and being more competitive? JS, number one, in sim racing, you are your own. You're the driver, you're the crew chief, you're the spotter, you're the sponsors, you're the whole shebang. You need to jump in and play different roles. So, especially to a beginner, I would watch your replays, and I would do two things. I would be very critical of your driving, first of all. So many people focus on setup. In the beginning, it's so much more about driving. I would make sure, if you're running Fanatec, make sure your degrees of rotation are where they belong for the sim you're in. Make sure that your field of view is correct, because beginners often make a mistake with field of view. So depending on your sim, there are different ways to find the right field of view. And then be hypercritical of your driving line. And if you're racing in public, I would look at the guy who's fastest or second fastest in the room, and I'd watch their replay and compare what their driving line looks like compared to yours. Be sensitive to brake lockup. A lot of mistakes are made under braking. Braking is one of the most important aspects of racing. Not gas, it's brakes. So just make sure you do that. Those are my tips. No creaking. Yeah, no creaking. It's doing great. I got to get the final bolts. We'll talk about the wheel here in a minute. We're going to finish the show with more talk on the wheel. We're actually in our off season, Andrew, but I'll give you details at the end of the show. We're going to talk about our series. Yeah, exactly, Solo. PCs can run triples and ultra wides and high-end gear across the board, button boxes, e-brakes. I guess in some cases you can e-brake in consoles. 96. We're going to leave that for a different show. Brian, great point. Use blimp view. You put exclamation marks if you have great comments like that. Dave Blair, you can put exclamation marks with great comments like that. No, we're not doing it only. You guys are so sick. All right. Great tips, you guys. All right, back to the race, R Factor 2. So, yeah, I love this shot, though, of all the drivers. But here we are now for the Triple Crown live. Oh, we got Uliku, thank you for following on Twitch. Williams posting their drivers, their sim masters of Michael Romandis and Peter Burlock, and their Pro Cup of Yiffy Yee. That's a fun name to say, Yiffy Yee, and Augustin Canapino. Gone Wild. Simpit Gone Wild. Uliku. You know, there is no proper answer to that question. Settle this once and for all. VR versus triples versus single ultra wide. There is no proper answer to that right now. Because if you'd have to like go into money. Money could be part of the answer. Like, what's your budget? If you were to buy the best gaming monitors with near bezel-less bezels and run the ROG bezel-free kit, I would dare say that that triple screen is going to be the best setup that you can actually get for racing everything across the board every day. However, you cannot argue about VR and the ability to look to apex and the timing and the speed sensitivity. All of those factors are so awesome, but there are downsides to VR that I don't feel that triples have. I don't feel any downside to triples. Unless you say that you don't have that 3D aspect like you do. I mean, I guess that's a down, but I'm not sure that's a con as much as it's a pro for VR. And then the Ultra, I think, are really, really cool, but I have not raced religiously on one enough to clearly state it, but I think they're not wide enough for me. I think they need to be taller and wider if I'm going to go that route. Yes, I'm pretty committed to my Starbucks. I have 2 or 3 different roasts I bounce through. So yes. I hope I answered that question well enough, but I'm not going to argue with anybody. So if you told me you think VR is the best, you're right for you. And I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. I'm not, oh, he's wrong. You know, I'm not even going to, no, it's just, I think they're different. I love VR. And there are reasons I don't run it. Anthony says VR is the best. There you go. Max. Car pivot. Yeah, well, and switching to VR is tricky too for the opposite. Max, you might over-rotate in VR a little bit. Come here, buddy. Come here. Max, come. Max, come here. Come. Come here. Come here. Around here. Come on. Come here. Come here. What's up, buddy? What's got you all riled up? You get interrupted from your sleep eating? F-face. I'm never wrong except for when I'm right. Yes, Ricmotech is open for business, but like everybody else in 3D in sim parts, they're probably a little backed up. All right. Thank you, Max. Thank you for that. All right, so Race had their Triple Crown races going on. Epic long battle between Yiffy Yee and Tom Dillman, with Oliver Rowland taking victory from the pole. So that was that. It's a win. It's a win in Monaco and the 5th consecutive. Always fun to drive the streets. Alonso won? You can say a lot to your dog that you can't say to your girlfriend. I love when you guys get into great conversation about like field of view or VR or triple screens. The VR has, I believe VR corrects for glasses. And a lot of the VR units allow for you to fit your glasses inside. Like Oculus, you can fit your glasses inside. Roland won. Yep. Roland won. Oliver Roland won. We got that. Dave O'Reilly. Fernando won pole position and P6 in the second race at Monaco for Pfizer. Anyway, what I'm getting at is there are a lot of posts of everything that went on. All their races went on this weekend. I'm sure there are replays if you want to do it. In addition to that, you had the Formula E event that went on at Brooklyn.
To get the chance to drive a real Formula E car on a real Formula E circuit at a real Formula
Marco, I'm doing well. I have to go to the market.
Kevin Siggy.
Going to the market is not my favorite task in the world.
And wins the one-off race in
Kevin Siggy.
huge result for Kevin Siggy. A brilliant drive and a brilliant series of 8 races. A sim racer is going to get the chance to drive a real Formula E.
All right, what else? What's this? Stoffel Van Dorn won the pro race in that. And then I guess, so here's the Le Mans, the R Factor Virtual Le Mans, coming up June 13th and 14th. It's a big deal. They've done multiple years of that. However, this just in. This just in. News just in. 24-hour Le Mans virtual warning. The 24-hour Le Mans virtual is organized jointly by the ACO, our branch LMEM, and Motorsport Games. Warning! Misinformation and confusion concerning the 24 hours Le Mans virtual. The 24-hour Le Mans virtual is organized jointly by the ACO, our branch LMEM, and Motorsport Games. Competitors were selected via official procedure, and only teams authorized to take part in the coveted eSport event. Video games that feature the circuit 24-hour Le Mans under ACO license do not have the right to invite sim racers to take part in or give the impression that they are the organizer of a virtual 24 hours of Le Mans. So, the widespread interest in our event, which will take place on the 13th and 14th, has encouraged certain sites to invite gamers to take place in a 24-hour race, deliberately causing confusion. So, what this is really stating is, this is the real one. This is the real authorized via the partners of 24. Someone correct me if I'm, but that there are a lot of imposter virtual Le Mans, like that we might even be taking place in on the 20th. I think that might be what they're specifically talking about. Oh, there you go. Sable did a review of the VR Rift VRs. Cool, cool. No shoes or watches in the food store. What's Wednesday? What'd I miss? What's Wednesday? Okay, moving right along. That's what we had. Thank you for that update to the update. Rally League. Sorry. You mean like the OptiGrab, Dave Blair? Is that what you mean? I have a cheap watch. I don't have a Rolex. I have a decent Casio in a box somewhere. To me, that's like as nice a watch as my budget allows. So, I'm an oval racer too. Dirt posted this on Saturday. When building the future, don't forget the past. Where's my audio? No, but I would totally wear a calculator watch if I could find one. This is a Garmin. It's a Garmin cycling watch. 25 years ago, Colin McRae achieved the highest honor in all of rallying. Relive his legendary career. Yeah, that's not new news. Okay, this is Monday, June 8th, 5 p.m. BST. Dirt 5 career mode deep dive story event progression. See you there, right? Oh, I'm afraid to do something with the 87s. I would invite, if somebody wants to step up in the name of the Sim Pit, I would endorse such a thing. I don't know if I I have to limit my racing to an extent, number one, or I won't get anything else done. I have a few choices. I can race all the time and suck, come in ill-prepared and suck. Or I can take things more seriously, put in the proper practice, and race. But then I have to limit how many things I do. And then the third choice is... Oh, and then I can't get involved in things that are just going to be caution fests. I was an oval racer before I was a road racer. And, yeah, the 87s are awesome. But I'm just afraid of, in a crowd, it being just far too many nights of caution-filled racing. And then I don't have the time for that. I get really frustrated. Yeah, without cautions would be fine. Race once a year. Put all my eggs into the basket of the Indy 500 or something. Dirt posting feels good to see rally cars. And then on Sunday they posted this.
53.
Is this a new one or are they just repeating their intro? I can't remember. I know I've seen it. I think this is the original, isn't it? I think we've already seen this. Max! Max, what's up? Que paso? We adopted him. Every once in a while I throw Spanish just in case his previous owners. I hope it's more like Dirt 2 and less like Dirt Forza than it looks. They talk about their roots. They talk about being back to their early ways. And I hope that means Dirt Rally, or Dirt 2, not Dirt Rally, Dirt 2. But man, does this look like Forza Horizon. So, some of their announcements. Troy Baker and Nolan North's roles revealed. So we have more people. More? Who's Troy Baker? I don't even care. 130 events across 9 race types. That I do care about. Now, that sounds like Dirt 2, by the way. Choose how you progress. That sounds like Dirt 2. Race for 20 real-world sponsors. Cool. 4-player split screen. Well, I wish I had 3 friends. Oh, I'll bop my head to that. Yeah, it's funny how much I will like music-wise. I couldn't listen to this all day. Yeah, it's groovy. Alright, Formula 1, what do they got going on? Take a lap around the streets of Baku in the Formula 1 car. Sounded like the car was... That wasn't even a full lap. What do we got here? Before tonight's race, Virtual GP F1 eSport Pros will be showing us how it's done. That looks like Monaco. Okay, virtual Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Sergio Perez confirmed. Pierre Gasly. Gianluigi Donnarumma. That was probably close enough. Yep, so they're all posting for their eSport. Here we got our guys. Brendan Lay, Lucas Blakely, well, it's a mix, isn't it? Fred Rasmussen, Nicholas Lungwet, Roy Arnaud, Bono Hui, Danny Haddad, Marcel Kiefer, Fabrizio Donoso, and Shanaka Clay. I know some of those names. Yeah, Viper, I feel the same way. Brett, my thoughts on Automobilista 2. You know, I think it's cool if you have a path for using Automobilista 2. So, now, it's hard for me to say because before this show, before I started any shows, before Inside Sim Racing, before Sim Racing Tonight, before any of this, I owned every single motorsport game made. Why? Because this is my hobby. It's been my main hobby that entire time, and there aren't that many games. So even if I bought them all as they came out, what are you talking, one game a month at the most if you're lucky? I mean, at one game a month, that's 12 a year. That's not, I mean, I was spending that much money, not a big deal. So my question for Automobilista 2 is, for me, as great as it is, it's one of those sims that unless I have a path of what I'm going to do with it, it's just an opportunity to drive more cars, more tracks, which is a great opportunity. It's one of the things that I think makes sim racing so special, but that isn't a reason for everybody. Like, not everybody needs to drive some club level track in Brazil. Now me, some of my favorite tracks, Button Willow, Willow Springs, these are club level tracks. And as a real racer, I think it's really important and great to know tracks that go beyond the everyday, you know, Watkins Glen, Spa, Laguna Seca. You know, sure, everybody in the world, even non-fans, know those names. But when you know some of those little tiny nothing tracks that you know, that when you really think back, I don't care if you're talking Button Willow or a small local track in Brazil, you know, the likes of you know, the greats cut their teeth on those tracks. So they're relevant and important. So that, I think, now, is it for everybody? No. Well, if you're an offline racer, I think it's a great sim. Great sim. If you're an online racer, if that's the area and type of content that you want to race in, are you going to find a league? It's going to be a Brazilian league, chances are. You know, better, you know, I'm guessing 9 out of 10 leagues are going to be Brazilians, so I hope you speak Portuguese. But I think Automobilista is a fine sim. I think $100 for a season pass is very reasonable. There you go. What else? Red Bull posted about the race. We got Williams showing their drivers, Roy Arnaud and Shanaka Clay. Ferrari talking about the race. Live now from Mercedes talking about the race. I don't know about that, Dave Blair. What a lap. It's Formula Danny. Oh, I thought we were going to have a Daniel Berezne over Jarno Otmir over Brendan Lay. Season returning champ David Taniza is in 6th, by the way. That's the big boys. Big boys. But then, wait, what was that first one? Incredible lap by Blakely, but he's on the provisional. Okay, they're just overposting. That was an update during the race, but it was Toniza who took the pole. So here's our actual results. Toniza, Otmir, Blakely, Benito, Kiefer. Brendan Lay ended up all the way back in 11th. Hey, Heiko. Hey, Willie. Hey, Willie, sir, from Switzerland. Ah, Raphael, thank you. There's a lot of Australian and UK leagues that run at AMS. There you go. Hey, Jamal, how you doing? All right. What else? Here's... come on. Pro's getting ready to show us how it's done. We have some video.
the streets of Baku, and David Tanitsa will lead them away from pole. Jarno Opmeer will try and turn it into P1. We're away in Baku. Good start for Lucas Blakely, but no momentum. He's made contact with the Red Bull. Nearly a spin there for Marcel Kiefer, who managed to keep it going in the right direction. Meanwhile, up top, Opmeer going for P1 immediately. Did not have the momentum. Will they make it?
I love good commentary.
Tanitsa with the lead. Opmeer in the slip.
Hey, Jamal, Grandpa. I just saw that part.
Nothing he can do at the moment, though. Tanitsa, Opmeer, Blakely, Kiefer, Benito, then Clay, Haddad, Tormala, and Rasmussen.
I really do appreciate good announcing. I try to announce every once in a while, and I'm very uncomfortable with it.
Down the order to P18. 5 red lights around the streets of Baku, and David.
Great point, Sim Invader. That's kind of how I've always felt. And the other thing is buying every sim is part of my way of supporting the sims. You know, again, that's prior to, but if I had never started the show, that would still be the same case, right? That feeling when Lucas Blakely might make it 2 in a row. Take a look at Jarno Opmeer's race leading overtake. All right, we'll watch this.
If you're Lucas Blakely, because this will soon be the race lead. Holtzman will pit from P1, and now this could be a change for the battle of the lead then. Opmeer. Wait for it. It's P2 right now. Now it's the race lead, and he's managed to find a way through. He's managed to get.
Wow, is that the longest straightaway in all of Formula One?
First start for Alfa Romeo goes past the racing.
How long is the straightaway at Baku?
That's what he was looking for. It's going to be tough to defend if you're Lucas Blakely, because this will soon be the race lead.
How long is that straightaway?
And this time Lucas Blakely, after fighting for a couple of laps, has found
Finny.
to retake the lead. Opmeer looked controlled.
Later, Dave Blair. Have a good day, Danger.
All about that exit from not only turn 15, then turn 16, and he has found a way with DRS to get ahead. Blakely fights back. What's all about that turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna be selling them, Razor. These are man. I gotta tell you, this wheel, it will win races for you. The sim pit, I can't pull it off. I have my wiring all. Yeah, I can. I don't need to pull it off. We're going to talk about the sim wheel in just a moment. Be patient, Razor. Absolutely, I'm going to sell them. $2,000. Please, buy them.
Through the final corners, on board with the Alfa Romeo driver.
No warranty, by the way.
Debut for the team, and Blakely's closing in, closing in, closing in, closing in. Wait for it, he's ahead, and it's P2 for Lucas Blakely, who takes it on the line. Jarno Opmeer beats Lucas Blakely.
Well, it's purely due to high demand, Razor. No, I talked about my wheel a little bit. It's no secret. But yeah, due to high demand, just like the rest of sim racing products, we had to raise our prices. So despite not having sold a single one, the prices have already gone up. So yeah, $2,000 for the Sim Pit sanctioned Champions Wheel, we're calling it. Champions Wheel. It comes with Viagra. Baku. Qualifying underway. This is the other guys. Alex Albon.
Who's really a long way out of reach for everyone else. George Russell didn't win the feature race back in 2018.
Can you imagine, Marco? I always thought that I wanted to have a band. Like, if I was super duper wealthy, would I hire like a small band, like like horns and whatnot, to follow around and do introductions for me every time I enter a room? So it would be kind of similar like that, having a commentator. That would be great. No pressure, right? Hey, Kevin Ford, I almost did 2.2 kilometers. Awesome. What's that in English? 2.2 kilometers to miles. 1.3 mile. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? It's a 1.3 mile straightaway. Are you joking? That's ridiculous. Who designed that? What? Oh, but it's quite a wheel. Magnetic shifters even. No takers? Oh, man, you guys are missing out. They're going to be specially numbered. Joa. One of the best on the calendar? All right, I'll take your word for it. Virtual poll for George Russell. Here's our starting order there. George Russell, Alex Albon, Louis Delatraz. And here we go. Here we go.
Can he pressure his mate down into turn number 1? No, he can't. That's deep from Louis Delatraz to hand the position to Esteban Gutierrez. And of course there are cars absolutely everywhere. This is Baku, for goodness sake. You knew that was coming. But it's Russell, Albon, Gutierrez, the top 3.
Man, I want that guy commentating on my every day. It makes life more exciting. This guy will make, like, paint drying exciting. I will do that.
Russell versus Albon at the head of the field.
Well,
You know, if you make it on a small screen like we're looking at, it almost looks real. That looks real, doesn't it? Come on. You got to admit. Oh, jeez.
But Alex Albon is going to fight him all the way for the victory here.
Johnny Capital, and it's a good reaction time.
Williams, that's the beauty of eSport. What a drive so far for Thibaut Courtois. Did I say his name?
Thibaut Courtois here.
13 driver, that's Thibaut Courtois. The Real Madrid
Thibaut Courtois?
goalkeeper has been
Thibaut Courtois?
weekend. We can hear from him now.
I do need glasses. How do you know? Am I squinting, Joa? Oh, because I thought it looked real? Pierre Gasly.
The best strategy ever made.
Hey, come on.
The best strategy.
No, we already heard that part.
Marcel, you need to find me the best strategy ever made.
I will.
Okay. VIR back straight is 3/4 of a mile, half a mile shorter. Yeah, I'm holding out. My brother's been wearing glasses for a few years. I'm fine on vision until you get to a certain size or a certain closeness. So my close range, I don't know if that's close. I don't even know enough about glasses. But somewhere right about here is where my focus starts going crap if I try to look at it closer. So when I can't read something, I have to put it farther away, if that makes sense. I don't know what that means, but that's what I got. But my vision's really good outside of here. Stigmatism. All right. Yeah, from here on, my vision is still really, really good. Baku's Strait is 1 whole kilometer longer than China's Strait. Yeah, come on, Joa. Can't I'm taking vitamins. Can't that help? All right. We're 9:49. You realize we have talked about zero. We've talked about absolutely nothing this morning. It's so bad. Oh, what has this show become? Oh, I hope you guys like it. I do. I have fun every day we do this show, but wow, we don't even care about sim racing or the news anymore. I have a magnifying lens I use when I'm working. That goes on it's on an arm. And I'm considering getting some readers. So next time I'm at a CVS or whatever, I'm going to try to find but those are just like, 1.2. They're just magnification, right? When you're braking at Shanghai, you're hitting the DRS zone in Baku. Farsighted. Thank you, Jason. Exactly, Devin. It's a great well, and it comes back to VR, I guess it does, right? I wonder, well, I don't need glasses in VR. We are the Sim News. That's right. We are the Sim News. OnePlus? All right. The Sim Pit. Yeah, Kelly, where do you live? I'm very fearful of having my eyes touched. Oh my god. Heiko, that's horrible. Ah, so I get two pair. I get a pair of 1.0 for reading and a pair of 3.0 for working on tiny little things. Joa. Don't listen to Joa. Safety squints. I used those the other day. Oh, you guys are funny. I can go try out my sterilizing light and see if it fixes my eyes. Alright, Baku Virtual GP. I'm just going to keep scrolling. That's it. Alright, we covered that one. We're done. I'm done with that. I'm done with that. NASCAR Heat. Anyone else still thinking about this finish? Virginia. It might be cheaper to just buy some readers. Finny. My fingertips are burned off because I have a 3D printer. And anybody who has a 3D printer knows exactly what I'm talking about. My fingertip right here will not even activate my phone's fingertip reader. Fingerprint reader. Man, if I didn't know any better, I'd think this looked real. I mean, that little screen, that looks real. Is that me in that orange, white, and blue car? Cleaning the tip. Because sometimes it oozes, and those oozes sometimes screw up prints. I almost swore. Do you guys remember that? Are you guys still thinking about that finish? Yeah, I got no fingerprints left. Oh, mine are burned to hell. They're all calloused over right now. They're healing. We've got some special things. So, posted by Heat. We've got some special things lined up for this coming week. Lots of info and footage, and not just from our channels. Ooh. We're 1 month away from NASCAR Heat 5 Gold Edition. Lots of info coming this week. Keep those eyes peeled. Can you tell what's wrong with my eyes? Steve Phelps addressed today's competitors. Look at everybody in their masks at NASCAR. That's real life. That's not a game. Sometimes I'm just going to laugh and not comment on what I'm laughing at, and you guys will just have to know. But, alright, that's all we got there. Reiza, Automobilista 2. Speaking of Automobilista 2, version 0.9.6. Oh, we are getting so close to 1.0. I.e., that in case nobody's figured this out yet, in case you're new to the scene, when it's below 1.0, that is now kind of a concept for still being in beta or early access. Version 0.9.6, like there would be 9.7, 9.8, 9.9, but we're out of points. We got to go to 1. The 9.95 is anyway. 9.6, 0.9.6 is now out. We've decided to fast track this update to release before version 1.0 as it introduces some important AI and force feedback improvements. This is since I've already tried it. Check out the full change log here at Reiza Studios Automobilista. And there's our list. They can just keep going out. 9.9999. Wait, 99999. We only have 4 points. We're out of points. We're gonna have to change our decimal system. I guess it depends on whether you started out by like if you were like 0.9.1, right? 0.9.2. All right, so then you get to 0.9.9. But see, if you try now, you'd have to be like 0.9.91, and people be like, "Wait, you added a decimal? That's cheating." Check out this clip.
What's wrong with my eyes?
Great.
What's wrong with my eyes? What's wrong with my eyes?
Oh, okay. Thank you, guys. Oh, great, awesome. TFR. So the decimals out actually have code to them. Major is the first character, like 1. That would be the 1 TFR. So when they go 1, that would be considered a minor. So we've seen nothing major if we're at a 0.0 point. Is that correct? Then minor, then patch, and then builds. Interesting. All right. Awesome. Listen to Finny. That makes sense. New user. I'm so glad you asked. This wheel rim here. This wheel rim. I'm about to show this. This is the new winner's wheel. It is the winner's wheel. It is the ultimate Formula 1 wheel. And it will win you races, and they're only $2,000. $2,000, which isn't much when you consider what would you pay to win, right? What would you pay to win? I would pay $2,000 to win. That's what the winner's wheel goes for. I'll show you that in just a minute. We're gonna get to that. Race room. We already talked about it, but they have the more than a game. ESport Events delivers TV-focused new eSport WTCR races. And then a bunch of Porsche posting about their Carrera Cup. Then we get into the German ones, and I can't understand them. WTCR. Driver announcements. So driver reveals, they'll call them. World records. You know, it's guaranteed to win, but not necessarily world record. Theodore, you know, it hasn't been ruled out, but yeah, I mean, I have to. It comes with the biography. It has not been declassified yet, so as of now, it's still not considered cheating. So anyway, now the teams are going to make their reveals. So first driver lineup has been revealed. Luca Engstler and Norbert Michelis are the original gamer-turned-racer. Gamer-turned-racer will compete in the online series for Hyundai. In the virtual Hyundai. Game Shark built in. Dave Gaming posting in German. Heiko, a little interpretation. Live streaming the Carrera Cup. There you go, Carrera Cup. All right, George Ortner. Love seeing the Carrera Cup. DE highlights on German TV. So that was all on German TV. Big deal. Viper. I did not hoard my hair as it was leaving me. That's it. That's it. Thrustmaster. They were talking about the FIA WEC. It's race week. The biggest eSport event ever in motorsport is coming. Le Mans 24 virtual. The real one. June 13th and 14th. And they're giving us a little WEC motivation. That's our photo of the day right there. Bam. Bam. All right. Check this out. Fanatec on their blog. Service situation. Dear sim racers, I would like to explain the situation we are facing at the moment. Since March, we are getting an unusual and unexpected amount of orders. This has to do with the lockdown, but also with the increased promotion of sim racing as a replacement for the real-life race events. This is obviously no reason to complain, and we are super happy about the new popularity of sim racing in general. Yeah, that was just what they are posting since our last show. Their orders per day, max 5 times higher. Shortage of manpower. Part of their team still working from home. Apply for a job at Ender. Do not send us reminders or ask us when we will come back to you. Rest assured we will get back to you within 14 days. If not, then you are welcome to remind us. Okay, anyway, so they're having some difficulties. Yeah, Joa. No doubt. Did I swear? Did I really swear? I didn't swear. I didn't swear. What did I say? What did I say? I don't remember. I didn't hear myself swear. Fanatec, they're behind. Project Cars. Look, this is actually pre-order. This is for the Xbox One at game.co.uk. Oh, Max, come here. Max, come. I need to get him treats or he won't come. Maxwell. Come here. Come here. Come over here. Come over here. Hi, Max. What are you doing? Why are you making so much noise? Why are you making so much noise, buddy? Huh? What's wrong? What's up, little guy? What's up, little guy? You're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. What are you doing? What are you doing? What do you want from... What do you want? What do you want from me? Huh? You pawing at me? Are you pawing at me, buddy? Hi. Hi, good boy. Hi, good boy. Alright, there's Max. You guys got Max. Alright, Project Cars is the third installment in the bestseller racing franchise that brings all the intense thrills, emotions, and fun from the vibrant world of motorsporting to vivid life as players undertake a whole new exciting career journey that sees them rise from weekend warrior to racing legend. No, I'll reward him. Marco. No, he doesn't. Well, I could get him to probably lay down and get back up. No, Klein. No. No, it is not. Also new to the franchise is a deeply engaging metagame. What is a metagame? that challenges players to race hard and earn in-game credits with which to buy and own hundreds of cars from the world's most elite brands. Alright, I think that explains metagames. No, I don't think you'd sim race. Someone mentioned that they think VR was gonna be in Project Cars. That's still speculation, I believe. Anyway. Alright, there you go. We're almost done. We're almost done, you guys. Oop. VRig. I've showed this before, but here's the website now. The VRig Batch 1 sold out. Estimated shipping June 16th. Batch 2 taking pre-orders now. 40% sold. Estimated shipping July 14th. The VRig. This thing converts and switches over, and it looks like... So here's the formula position. And here is... Oh, wait. This is cool. Yeah, okay. I don't want you to have my cookies. Brrr. 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 Me. Brrr. Oh. Brrr. Space saving. Look at that. Just stick it in the quarter. Pricing. It's expensive. If you have to ask... Man, these guys built a cool website, though. Once everything's loaded. Where's the rig price? Did we miss it? Those are upgrade prices. Alright, let's look for numbers. Looking for numbers. "11-axis adjustability." Whoop. I can't see because of their cookie thing. That's not bad. $9.99 for that? That's not bad at all. Alright, North Carolina racetrack wants to allow spectators on grounds of peaceful protest. A speedway argues fans' rights under the First Amendment, but state officials feel otherwise. I was thinking about that just the other day, and I think it is sort of ironic or funny that protests are okay, but people who willingly want to go to a racetrack cannot. But I'm still the guy who advocates locking everything down until it's all over. So I'm an extremist in that respect. But since the genie's already out of the bottle, oh, I bet, Klein. I bet they are. What is this ad? Stop using toilet. Whoa! Hey now! The DIY. Bathroom upgrade. I'm going to 3D print the DIY bathroom upgrade. Well, maybe they should start having the protests at racetracks and then letting the cars run at the same time. It's the 3 shells. By the way, I am now officially calling this the Demolition Man Taco Bell economy, Finny. Just so you know. Nathan, interesting. I don't search for anything on this browser at all other than sim racing stuff. You know, everyone can do whatever they want. I have officially canceled my whole year. I'm not getting on an airplane. I'm not working any trade shows. I'm not going into any corporations or companies. I will go to the market when I need food. With that, am not doing any of my lemons racing this year. I'm pretty much ready to just cancel the whole thing. Yeah, but I'm a individualist. Those are my choices. What everyone else chooses is their own choice. Yeah, anyway, alright, so there you go. That's going on. What else? New Gran Turismo game trademarked ahead of PlayStation 5 event. Polyphony Digital files new Gran Turismo trademark just days before the original PS5 event was planned to go live. New trademark filings adds even more evidence of the next-gen Gran Turismo launching alongside the PS5 in 2020. Yeah, there you go, Theodore, for endurance racing. I'm just being very safe for myself and my family, and that's all I can do. Oh, really? Looks not bad? Looks not bad. I'd expect it to look not bad, being that they are Gran Turismo. Wait, back in the showcase, Gran Turismo running on its new 8K CLED display. Well, we'll see. Yeah, should be good. Should be really awesome. Gran Turismo's never let us down. Have they? Really? How to build a sim rig. This at which car? I just had this because I thought we'd be short on a show. Want to get your virtual racing fix? Here are 2 ways to get into sim racing on different budgets. And an article. So, anyway, if you want some reading, all the links to everything we've talked about up till now are in the description of the show. So if you want to read this article. Now, let's talk about other things. Oh, not quite. Western Speedway iRacing finale to be broadcast live on Facebook. Oh, that's kind of cool. Drivers, start your engines, or in this case, your computers. Check. We'll be sharing Western Speedway's broadcast of the Western Speedway Horsepower for Hunger season finale. Western Speedway drivers and several NASCAR stars will battle on iRacing, a realistic motorsport simulation. Short show. I don't know how to do it. We get so easily distracted and talking about other things, but that's great. The shoes I wanted. No, those are not the shoes I wanted. All right, I think that's it. We got some so, looking for a button box idea? This is posted on Reddit by Content Mention. As soon as she outgrows this, it's going straight to my workshop for a DIY button box. Use that for Streamlabs as well. Very clever. Now we're just looking at some sim rigs. This by JML9889. Just bought his first sim rig for Xbox. Any suggestions? What games should he buy? He should buy them all. We discussed that already. All of them. I noticed a little rally wheel in the background. He's got a rally wheel. OZ Racing. He's got... What's this? What's this right here? Is that an air purifier? Is that a speaker? What is that? Anyone recognize that? We got a Euro plate of some sort. An Subaru up on the... Oh, and he likes his... Are those Steins? That's vodka. Anyway, I love checking the background of people's posts. Guitar amp. Thank you. Heater. Oh, that looks more like a heater. Alright, what else? What else? Here we go. This one by One Cut One Coin. My project sim was Sega Daytona 2 cabinet. That would make such a cool sim rig. I would love to turn that into a sim rig. Not much to see in the background on that one, is there? How many of you have done the sideways rig on your desktop? I have had this setup before in my lifetime. I've had it more. In fact, it was my Formula Mazda turned sim rig that was. I built a desk off the front of it so that I could edit from that same rig. This is from Tokyo Engineer Dad. Finished for now, and now I have no idea how I'm going to stay productive working from home. I believe that's a corgi, by the way. Someone tell me if I'm right or wrong on that. I believe that's a corgi dog. Golden State Warriors. Warriors! Come out and play! He's got a VR. He's got one of those cool number pad things. He's got a little mini 3D printer. Little mini Ender. Look at a little mini Ender. It's very cute. He's got a Thermaltake case right there. Wonder what that's for. What's the stereotype? I missed the stereotype. Oh, Japanese and corgis. How does he get in it? He steps over these weights. Oh, look at that. He's got, like, some form of alcohol back there, doesn't he? Driving shoes. What are his weights set at? No. Ah, split keyboard. There's half and half. Oh, yeah, I see little back legs. That's cool. Yeah, Joa. Because I'm looking at everything you've got. There's his tablet. Oh, he's got 2 split keyboards. Look at this one. Grolschbier. Stormtrooper in the wall. Oh, isn't this fun, you guys? I really enjoy our tours of people's rigs. Middle of the management. Finally got paint and stickers on his virtual hot rod. 1018, I gotta go. I'm not gonna make the market. Oh my god. Alright. That is a cool looking Deathmobile. Looks like it's on casters. Some cool stickers on it. Nice. Nice rig. What else? Oh, look at the sim room, you guys. Oh, yeah. Posted this one. His sim racing room and office. Look at that. Real Panda Racing. I feel like we might have to get rid of the blue and orange theme in the studio and do something cooler. We're going to have a design the new studio party one of these days. That looks bitchin'. Too dark. Yeah, I couldn't really show. See, one of the things about my studio is I've always made sure it's very bright because I want you to be able to see things. Anyway, alright, here's another one. Shaden. Update to the home build rig. Apparently vintage license plates. What I used for the original floor radiate a body odor smell from decaying reflective paint. He's no fabric. I guess his original floorboard were license plates, but they kind of stink. So here's, man, talk about taking 5 minutes. It looks like he spent about 5 minutes just bending the heck out of that diamond plate to make it fit around his really interesting scratch-built rig. Do a neutral color and half the Gulf colors go around the room in an accent stripe. Like much smaller than the stripes I've been doing. And then we can do some RGB. RGB I don't think will look very good with light blue and orange in the room. Anyway. Alright, and that takes me to the winner's wheel. Look at the winner's wheel, but whatever you do, don't look deep into the background. You'll see too many private things about me. Anyway, that is the SimPit winner's wheel minus 6 bolts. Yeah, good point there, Devin. But we're not always in green. Yeah, right now we are even. Nathan, they're going to charge you money. Do you mean free or do you mean sourced? Because there are people who will build you stuff for a fee. If you're looking, like, I know that CXE was able to contract out getting the Chotus made for Assetto Corsa. So, anyway, there you go. There is the SimPit wheel. We finished it. We raced it. I actually did a very intense race on this wheel. So this wheel is 3D printed. It's the reason I bought a 3D printer. We built it up with some Derek Spear internals. Our total cost on the wheel was, well, I'm selling them for $2,000. I better not tell you what it cost us to build them. Yeah, I mean, I would think that depending on the sim, I mean, Assetto Corsa or R-Factor are going to be the easier two. And then I would look into the forums for those, looking for somebody. Some of our guys do some of that. You might get lucky. Somebody might hit you up, Nathan. I don't offhand know anybody. I mean, for fees, I do. But for Secret Bro handshake deal, I would check the forums and tell people what you got. Show them an image. See if you can't entice somebody to help you out. Anyway, so there is the winner's wheel. Magnetic shifters. Hey, Cruiser. Yes, we remember you. Anyway, there is the winner's wheel. We finished it up over the weekend. We raced it. There's the 3D printed shifter. So anybody who wants one of these it's only $2,000. Again, you'll win races. We are selling them. No, we're not. I am not selling these, you guys. It's a 3D printed wheel. The whole beauty of this wheel is that you could do it yourself. If you had a 3D printer, I went to Derek Spear Design, where if you actually look at his circuits and you go down, what am I looking for? Components, DIY components. So I actually built this wheel off of, well, I used some of these push button encoders. We got 4 of those. Actually, no. This one. Rotary encoder with push up button, $20 each. So there's $80 right there. And then we used some buttons. The buttons didn't cost much. And then I also used a Mini Micro 32 controller. One of these guys, which are $80. So $160. Yeah, Max needs to go out. I did not win that race, but I was having a hell of a run. Devin, no. Anyway, that is the story behind my wheel. I am going to be doing a edited show on what it took to build that wheel. Oh, and that takes us to trophies. What the hell? I printed up the latest trophy. Tom Dudek was the latest winner. And you can see now we are 5 months into the SimPit Patron Race trophies. And this is on my shelf. This was taken this morning. Oh, Joa. Don't throw shade on my wheel. I'm trying to make a living here, buddy. Can a guy just make a living? Anyway, these are the patron trophies, and you can see that I've been having a lot of fun making these for the group. But most importantly, I keep one. So not only do Terry, Phil, David, and Anthony all have their trophies. Tom, his just finished up. It's going in a box today, actually. But I've kept one of each because they're sitting right there on my shelf. They're very important to me. I love remembering the guys who've won these races and the importance of the SimPit patron group, because without them, we just wouldn't have as much fun. We wouldn't be as cool. So they mean the world to me, these guys, and these trophies are just sort of a little testament of how much they mean, because I go through a lot of time and energy to make these, and you know, they're just 3D printed plastic. I mean, but I do put a lot of energy into designing. As you can see, they're all unique. They're all individualized. They're all unique, and I'm going to continue doing that. So if you like more about that, there is a link to our Patreon group down there. Yeah, there was a lot of thought that you got guys who just win them all, but no, we've had a nice variety of winners, and the next race is coming up on the final Saturday of the month. We're going to be running the IndyCar, the DW12 IndyCar at Mossport is going to be that race coming up at 10 a.m. practice, 11 a.m. qualifying on the Saturday the 27th, I believe it is. So anyway, I'm real proud of the trophies. They look great up on the show, and no, I'm gonna start bringing them back down again. Sometimes when you're designing it on your CAD system, well, on Tinkercad, you lose sight of the scale, and then you print it, and it comes out much larger than you really thought it was going to be. So the next, well, actually that's not true. The next one is bigger, but I can guarantee you, if you notice the first three are this style, then the next three are going to be this round style. I'm now working on a couple of designs. I'm doing a trophy for our GT3 series, and I'm going to do a trophy for our Oval series for the next season. Very, very sorry to Anthony and Mark for not providing them for this season. Because things just wrapped up, and now I'm announcing trophies, so I feel bad. But I'm designing the next grouping of 3 trophies after this month, and then I'm designing our Champions Trophy for the GT and the Oval series. So I'm going to keep playing. I have fun doing it. It takes me a lot more time than it actually costs me in that's all plastic, either printed in the color or painted by me. So anyway, those are, I added Tom's to the shelf this morning, so I figured it was time to take a picture, and I'm also doing a new turning on a pedestal shot for our intermissions on Twitch. Speaking of Twitch, if you're watching on YouTube, definitely want to find us at SimPit Live on Twitch. Great example, the 3D printed wheel. I did almost all of this live on Twitch at some point. I mean, hours and hours, days of streaming this project to get it to the point that it was actually running. Last night, I streamed my first test drive on it so that those guys, if it was going to break, it was going to happen live. Futuristic Viper, I believe they're just very, very expensive. The problem is, by the time you're printing in metal is strongest when it's forged. Or like taking down a billet aluminum piece and machining it down is the strongest methods for metal. If you were to just take molten metal and start laying it like you do a 3D printer, it's not going to be nearly as strong as those other methods. So there's no real point, and the real point of a 3D printer isn't making finished products. I should never be trying to make a wheel out of 3D printed plastic. What it would be is for me to make the model, print it, test out the components, test out the grip, make modifications to the design, test out those modifications, reprint and test, and then when you're really happy, having it made out of something better. So, like, if I loved this wheel and I really, really wanted to make it for myself, I could take these pictures and I could have them made out of better componentry. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't mean that it won't work. It also comes back to how much strength do you need for the item that you're making. So there are things that I could make a finished product with a 3D printer if it just didn't need certain levels of strength or finish. It comes down to your application. In the case of my trophies, I think they come out cool. I use little paint pens and give them color. Use an O. Thank you for following on Twitch. Forged billet is forged raw material. Thank you, Heiko. I thought so. I just didn't want to misstate it. 3D bike handlebar setup. I don't know if I would use a 3D bike handlebar. I'd use a 3D phone clamp, phone mount made out of 3D printed, but I wouldn't make a 3D handlebar. Anyway, so it has its applications. And that leads me to the last thing. We talked about this morning. The SimPit GT3 League signups began on the 3rd. So we're a few days into that. We kind of have been playing around. Most of that group ran in the GT3 series or GT4 practice race or fun race yesterday. The season actually begins on the 28th of June. That's Sunday, the 28th of June, the day after our patron race. And we will be at Mid-Ohio. If you'd like to join that, do a search for SimPit GT3 League by Amir Assad. And send in an application. We will get you in on that. Yeah, Brian, it's a prototype that won't melt or has just a little bit more strength if you actually need to bolt things to it or something. Yep. Yeah, no 3D bike parts. Clamps. I'd make a mount for my pump. I'd make a mount for my lights or my tablet, phone or GPS or computer. But nothing that was integral or needed strength. Anyway, it's 10:30. I have to go to the market or there will be no lunch for the Cole brothers. So I have to bring this show to an end. It's been fun. A lot of great conversation, you guys. Like I said at the beginning of the show, you are the star of the show. Why? Because without you to keep me talking, without you bringing up great conversation, great questions, and having great feedback for other people's questions, we wouldn't have the same show. So I applaud you all. I thank you all for being here. And again, check us out. Oh, I was getting to. Check us out, SimPit Live on Twitch, because later today, 5:30 or 6 o'clock, I'm going to be doing the Realtis Force Feel Shaker Seat. We had done an unboxing live, by the way. Speaking of live, we always have things go wrong. Live, they sent us a Euro model. We didn't have an adapter. So I did buy an adapter. We have it. And today we're going to go ahead and turn that thing on and see what it can do. So if you want to tune in for that, that'll be 5:30 or 6 o'clock, SimPit Live on Twitch. So tune in over there as well. Thank you for being here. Have a great rest of the day. SimPit, this is the SimPit. I'm Shaun Cole, and I'll see you on the track.
Thank you.